No way! LEGO sent me the new Wicket the Ewok set. Check him out! He's so cute! He comes with 1,010 pieces. It's available starting on August 1st, so part of the August wave. It's going to retail for $130 US. Yes, this wave is very expensive, but look at that! He's so cute. It also comes with a Wicket minifigure. Gotta love it. This is amazing. Let's check it out. First off, we're pretty excited about the fact that we're getting printed specs plaques. That's amazing. So there's no stickers in this set. Got all the details of Wicket there. Homeworld Force Moon of Endor. He's also 0.8 meters tall, so he's a short little guy. And he's from the Bright Tree Village, and he's part of the Rebel Alliance, of course. And there's our minifigure. He comes with reddish-brown, short, non-posable legs and a reddish-brown torso with the arms and hands as well, of course. And then he has the molded head decoration, which is really nicely detailed with the printing. And he's got his weapon of choice, which is the spear. And look at him. He's got his little chiclet teeth there. His eyes, his nose, his furry little face, the little ears popping out of his hood there. Yes, there's some nice detail on the top there with the boomerangs. And of course, he's got his spear as well, which was created using the Technic elements. And has a very interesting tip of the spear. I'm not sure if that's a new element or not, but it's a really nice tip for the spear. It's just perfect. He's holding on to something that Princess Leia gave him, and it's like the little biscuit. So there you go. He's holding on to it. That's just a 3x3 tile. And this is just like all of the other character builds. It has a core that is just like a studs not on top building technique with all of the modified bricks with the forward-facing studs everywhere. So it's a really fun construction build. We've gotten so many characters, and I think this is just a great addition to the character lineup. Overall, he's really well textured and shaped. I will say though, there is a little bit of exposed color, and I'm not sure why they just can't color match in some cases. Like you can see the light gray there, you can see the black hinge, you can see the dark gray and tan inside, and in some cases you can actually spot some really colorful elements just like through the cracks and crevices of Wicket, which sort of takes away from the overall look of it. But the construction is really good. There's not a whole lot of big gaps or anything. Of course, there's some when you look above his eyes, but it's not really a way to fill that in. Now, I did notice what I believe is actually an error in the instruction manual. Potentially an error, I could be wrong, but just hear me out. We see this cheese slope right there, sort of hard to see with the glare. Right there, I think that cheese slope is facing the wrong direction. So right now, my cheese slope is facing the opposite direction that the instructions tell us, and there's not a huge gap right here in his hood. But if I pop this up and I pull off that bracket and I swap the cheese slope so that it's what the instructions tell us to do, so it's facing inward like that, and I put it back in position just by his arm there, and I put this back down, now the size of that gap is significantly increased. His hood does do a better job concealing the gap from the arm, like hood coming out a little bit further this way. But I think if you take that cheese slope, either A, remove it altogether, or flip it the other way like I did, it actually decreases the size of the gap, and I'm just wondering if that's an error in the instructions or not. I know it's something very minor, but when I'm building things, I'm like, hey, wait a minute, this cheese slope is colliding with this hood, and it's creating a gap. I don't think that looks as good as just simply flipping it the other way. But either way, check out his little hands grasping onto the biscuit there. And you know what? It's just sitting there loosely. It's not held in place by a stud or anything like that. And then, of course, we've got the weapon, which he's grasping onto as well, so his little fingers can grasp it, but that is actually held in place by a Technic pin, so that's nice. He can physically hold on to that. And his toes can articulate downward. You can see like that. Now they're touching the ground. There's his little toes there. So cute, right? Just a furry little fella. I can't wait to place him on the shelves with the other buildable characters in the Star Wars lineup. Welcome to your new home, buddy. And you've got a bunch of friends waiting for you. Oh, wait a minute, the shelf's full. You know, I got a bunch of LEGO Star Wars stuff to place, so I'm probably going to do that in a separate video just because it's going to involve reshuffling a bunch of sets, and I've got a bunch of reviews to film. But there you go. That's Wicket with all of the LEGO Star Wars buildable figures. I guess there's a home for them right there. I don't know if I want to put them on the bottom shelf with R2. I don't know. Would they get along? Probably. But yeah, look at that. Good comparison, I guess, would be Grogu. Cool. But we can also expose his very colorful and snotty interior just by removing those panels. So that's how you create it. You create the substructure for them, and then you create these panels, which can all be removed very easily. So it's pretty cool. You can, of course, do that everywhere. You can do it on the sides, on his back, on his legs, everywhere. So you can just extract the panels if you ever want to check out the building techniques, which I think is super cool. And it's very, very similar to a lot of the other characters. However, a lot of the other ones actually use a lot more Technic, whereas this one here is more of the modified bricks with the forward-facing studs. But it's always fun just sort of popping it off and taking a look inside and seeing what makes the Lego work. And also, while I have this open, you can see the hinges right here, and that's how we're able to put his face at like the inward angle. So it's sort of slanted inward inside the hood. So yeah, just a really fun character build. You can see there's his sort of mouth, or like his bottom jaw, and then this whole piece right here is also hinging because there's some connector pieces within. So yeah, just like a crazy build, just like all of these character builds. Like, they're just so fun to put together, and the part usage is insane, and it's just a lot of fun. So yeah, definitely pretty cool. Love the fact that we've got Wicket here in the studio. There is a side-by-side comparison within the first page of the instruction manual. So of course we've got the movie still. Hey, maybe that little gap there between like his clothing or his hood and his cheek is right when you have a look at that movie still. Hey, I think they did a great job of representing Wicket in Lego form. Let me know what you think of this set by commenting below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff coming out in the near future. And as always, have yourselves a Wicket day. Farewell.